The handicap parking scam. This handicap parking has been so far blowed out of reality of what it actually should be for, is just, it's out of control. I mean, Elon Musk and them want to go look for fraud and disability. All they have to do is go drive into any major shopping center where there's grocery stores or department stores, and look at the vehicles that park in the handicaps parking. $60,000-$80,000 vehicles, expensive pickup trucks, big huge trucks, 2 feet off the ground. People getting out of these things, nothing wrong with them, walking up like there's nothing wrong. I don't see anybody holding their back, walking with a cane, being in a wheelchair. You know, they're all in very expensive vehicles and are parking in handicap. I saw a lady one day in a van. She had the hatch open. She had a cane in her cart, and she took the cane that she had and she throwed it on the ground so she could load. She hopped up into the back of the van. This is like a minivan, and she's on her hands and knees moving all the crap around in there so she could get her groceries in. But she's handicapped. She's handicapped. I saw another guy one day in another up in a department store. This was at Walmart. That nice big fancy truck. He's parked in handicap, and he comes out with this cart and got 3 or 4 big bags of dog food. And I don't know what they weigh. I think they weigh maybe 40, 50 pounds or something. He's just picking them things up like it's nothing and throwing them in his truck. And I'm like, well, this guy's supposed to be handicapped, because the handicap parking is supposed to be for the person that's handicapped. Not the aunt, not the brother, not the mother, not the son, not the daughter. Okay, the person that is actually supposed to be handicapped. So this is a message to the federal government. If you want to go after fraud, all you got to do is go look there, because I wouldn't be afraid to bet that a lot of these people are getting a disability check. Because it just amazes me how some of these people can be in these pickup trucks that are 2 feet off the ground. Even my wife says that. She says, look how old that person is. Look how big that truck is. You know, she's like, how are they even getting into that truck if they're handicapped? Because they're not handicapped. They're either perpetrating a fraud on the government, or they're using somebody else's vehicle that maybe really is handicapped. One time I saw a van. I actually saw a van that had a wheelchair ramp and everything. I actually saw this one time. And I'm like, I had to sit there and wait. I watched. And this door opened and this ramp come down, and somebody actually rolled out of there in a wheelchair. An actual handicapped person. You know, first time I ever saw it. Usually it's just somebody parking in a big fancy vehicle, a car. And some of these cars are expensive too. They're not cheap. And I'm thinking, well, if you're handicapped, what are you driving a big pickup truck for? I mean, the handicap can't be that bad. These doctors should be investigated too for writing these things out and giving this to these people. I mean, it's unreal, the fraud that's going on. And it's been going on for decades. And now we got federal judges that are trying to stop Trump from stopping it. Well, those idiots, activist idiots, should be put in jail. I don't know where people think that these judges and these elected officials are beyond the law, or they're above the law. Anybody that's stepping up and wanting to stop the government from cleaning itself up and ending the fraud and the corruption has got to be corrupt and should be investigated for it. Handicap parking. They go in the parking lot now, and it's like, there's all these spots there, and I'm like, why don't you just make the whole parking lot handicapped? I mean, it's seriously. Or they got this privileged parking for people that get the store to do the shopping for them. You know, they get privileged parking. You know, you get to come up there and it's like, oh, you can't park there because somebody's going to pull in there and have somebody inside the store come out and bring their groceries out because they're too lazy to go do their own shopping, and they're on a phone, sitting on a phone. Now, I have no problem with it. I know there's elderly people and people that are invalids and stuff like that probably use that. But I see people in their 20s and 30s doing this. Lazy people. They'd rather be on a telephone, texting, or whatever it is they do on there, than to go into the store and do their own shopping. And then they get privileged parking. Oh, you can't park in them 6 spots there. That's for the people that, you know, and then we got to go in the store, we got to check out our own groceries. While the stores are shopping for people. That's what goes on. They literally go, they shop for people. You know, you get online, you put your order in, and somebody goes around the store and picks up the groceries and everything, puts it in the car, brings it out, and then puts it in your car. While you sit on your ass, sitting there texting in the car. And I've seen that numerous times. Unreal. Handicap parking. That is the biggest fraud ever. Ever. There is not that many handicapped people. I mean, legitimate handicapped people. I'm talking people that have real handicaps. Somebody's back or toe hurting is not a handicap. I've had my back hurt I don't know how many times in my lifetime. And it's healed in a matter of a couple days. And if you claim that you got such a back injury, you got to be on pain pills and get handicap parking, you wouldn't be out in public. You'd be staying at home on the bed or on the couch or something. You wouldn't move, because I've had a back injury like that before. I couldn't get off the couch. It was so painful. Lasted for about 3 days. Okay. These people are frauds. They're frauds. I'll bet you the amount of people that have really, truly a back injury on a 100% basis, I'll bet you it's probably 10%. And I'll bet you the other 90%, it's all fake. Because they get these doctors that back them up. They get these criminals that back them up. And then they write these fake orders and I give them all these pills and stuff and say, well, yeah, my client's got such a bad back, they got to take these pain pills every single day of their life. I took 2 Scalaxin one day when I had that back problem, and I was passed out on the couch for several hours. I never took any again. I said, I can't do this. I can't function like this. So my point is, if you have a back problem, a real true back problem, and you're taking pain pills, yet you could go out in public and function, yeah, that's where they need to start. Just start in them parking lots. Start in them parking lots and then start following them big expensive vehicles around that park in those handicap spots, and then you'll track them and just keep an eye on them and you'll find the fraud. I hope they all get nailed.